Buffett looks for specific signs that the relationship needs to end. Has the competitive moat eroded? If new competitors are successfully challenging the business, or if technology has made the company's advantages obsolete, that's a red flag. He sold his newspaper investments as the internet fundamentally disrupted that business model. He loved the newspaper business, but he recognized when the world had changed. Has management integrity been compromised? If leaders start making decisions that benefit themselves rather than shareholders, or if they're dishonest in their communications, Buffett will exit. Trust, once broken, is nearly impossible to rebuild. Are better opportunities available? Sometimes Buffett sells a good business to buy a great one. It's not that the first business is bad, it's that capital could be better deployed elsewhere. This is pragmatic love, recognizing that resources are finite and should be directed towards the highest and best use. Has he made a mistake in his original analysis? Buffett is remarkably honest about his mistakes. He's admitted errors in investing in airlines, in certain retail businesses. When he realizes he misunderstood a business or industry, he doesn't let ego prevent him from correcting course. Look at his investment in IBM, which he started buying in 2011. By 2017, he was selling. Why? He realized he'd misjudged the company's competitive position in the rapidly evolving tech industry. Apple, meanwhile, which he initially avoided, eventually became Berkshire's largest stock holdings because he recognized its powerful ecosystem and customer loyalty. This flexibility within a framework of patience is crucial. Buffett isn't rigidly holding everything forever regardless of circumstances. He's holding great businesses as long as they remain great. When they stop being great, or when he realizes he was wrong, he acts decisively. One of the most fascinating aspects of Buffett's investment philosophy is how he balances involvement with autonomy. This reflects a mature understanding of relationships, knowing when to engage and when to step back. For most of his public stock investments, companies where Berkshire Hathaway owns shares but doesn't control the company, Buffett is remarkably hands-off. He doesn't call CEOs constantly offering advice. He doesn't demand special treatment or inside information. He's simply a patient, supportive of shareholders. This approach stems from his fundamental belief: if you've chosen well, the management team doesn't need you micromanaging them. They know their business better than you do. Your job as an investor is to pick great leaders and then let them lead. Think about his relationship with Apple's Tim Cook, or Coca-Cola's various CEOs over the decades, or American Express leadership. Buffett makes his investment thesis clear. He believes in the company and its management, and then he steps back. He's available for counseling if needed, but he's not interfering in daily operations. However, when Berkshire fully owns a company like Geico, BNSF Railway, See's Candies, or any of the dozens of whole-owned subsidiaries, Buffett's involvement changes subtly. He participates in major strategic decisions. He's involved in capital allocation. He helps with acquisitions and major investments. But even here, his touch is light. He's famous for giving his managers enormous autonomy. He doesn't impose bureaucracy or endless reporting requirements. He sets clear expectations about returns and ethical behavior, and then he trusts his people to deliver. This is the essence of his management philosophy: hire exceptional people, pay them fairly, give them clear goals, and then get out of their way. If you've chosen well, they'll thrive. If you've chosen poorly, no amount of involvement will fix it. There's a beautiful story about how Buffett acquired See's Candies. He met with the founder, and they essentially made the deal on a handshake. Buffett promised to preserve the quality and traditions of the company. Decades later, See's still operates largely as it did, maintaining the same commitment to quality that made it special. That's respectful love, honoring what made something special in the first place. So what is Buffett actually in love with? Let's be crystal clear about this, because it's not what most people think. He's not in love with stock prices. Price movements are just noise. They tell you what the market thinks today, but the market is often wrong. Price is important only when you're buying or selling, not in between. He's not in love with excitement or novelty. He avoided the dot-com bubble in the late 1990s. Even as people mocked him for not getting it, he was right. Most of those companies had no real business model. He also initially avoided Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, despite tremendous price appreciation, because he doesn't understand the fundamental value proposition. He's not in love with complexity. Some of the smartest investors on Wall Street create incredibly complex investment structures using derivatives, leverage, and exotic financial instruments. Buffett keeps it simple. Buy good businesses at fair prices. Hold them. That's it. What Buffett truly loves is business quality. He loves companies with enduring competitive advantages, brands so powerful that people specifically request them, cost structures so efficient that competitors can't match them, network effects so strong that the business gets more valuable as it grows. He loves management integrity. He wants to partner with people who are honest, who admitted mistakes, who make decisions for the long term rather than short-term stock price manipulation. He said he looks for 3 things in hiring people: integrity, intelligence, and energy. And if they don't have the first, the other 2 will kill you. He loves businesses with pricing power. Can the company raise prices without losing customers? That's a sign of a strong brand or essential service. Inflation erodes the value of most businesses, but companies with pricing power can protect themselves and even thrive. He loves capital-light businesses, companies that can grow without constantly needing to reinvest all their profits. This allows cash to be distributed to shareholders or invested in new opportunities, compared to a capital-intensive business like an airline, constantly needing new planes with high fixed costs. With a capital-light business like a software company or brand with minimal physical infrastructure needed, he loves consistency and predictability. Not every business needs to be sexy or fast-growing. A business that reliably generates solid returns year after year, even if it's boring, is beautiful to Buffett. Think about furniture stores, jewelry stores, insurance companies, not glamorous, but potentially wonderful businesses. What can we learn from how Buffett loves stocks? The lessons extend far beyond investing. They're about how to approach any significant commitment in life. Take time to truly understand before committing. In our instant gratification culture, this is revolutionary advice. Don't rush, don't chase. Do the work to really understand what you're getting into. Whether it's an investment, a relationship, or a career choice, understanding prevents costly mistakes. Trust is foundational. Buffett won't invest in a business where he doesn't trust management. No matter how attractive everything else looks, trust isn't naive, it's earned through observation, through seeing how people behave under pressure, through consistency between words and actions. Patience is a competitive advantage. In a world where everyone wants results immediately, being willing to wait is powerful. The best opportunities often require patience, waiting for the right price, waiting for a business to compound, waiting for temporary problems to resolve. Know yourself. Buffett stays within his circle of competence. He admits what he doesn't understand. This self-awareness prevents him from making catastrophic mistakes in areas where he has no expertise. How many investors bought tech stocks they didn't understand during bubbles, only to lose everything? Be willing to be contrarian when your analysis supports it. Buffett's best investments often came when he bought during panic or avoided manias. But his contrarianism isn't just being different, it's being right when others are wrong because he's done better analysis. Embrace simplicity. Complex strategies often mask fundamental weaknesses. The best investments usually have simple, understandable business models. If you need a PhD to understand why something's a good investment, it's probably not. Remain flexible within your principles. Buffett has principles he never violates: honesty, understanding, margins of safety, but within those principles, he adapts, he learns, he admits mistakes, he changes his mind when evidence warrants it. At the end of the day, Buffett's approach to investing is a love story, but not the kind Hollywood makes movies about. It's not a passionate infatuation that burns bright and fades fast. It's the mature, enduring love that deepens over time. It's the love that comes from truly knowing something, from seeing both strengths and flaws and choosing commitments anyway. It's the love that survives storms because it's built on a solid foundation. It's the love that grows richer with time as compound interest works its magic. When Buffett talks about his favorite holding period being forever, he's not being hyperbolic. He genuinely means that when you find something wonderful, whether it's a business, a relationship, or a calling, why would you let it go? The beauty of this approach is its accessibility. You don't need to be a genius. You don't need privileged information. You don't need sophisticated algorithms or high-frequency trading systems. You need patience, discipline, rational thinking, and the emotional maturity to stick with good decisions even when others doubt you. Buffett's investment philosophy ultimately teaches us that the deepest success, whether in investing or in life, comes not from constantly seeking the next exciting thing, but from finding quality, committing to it, and allowing time to reveal its value. That's how Warren Buffett loves a stock. With understanding, with trust, with patience, with loyalty, and with the wisdom to know that real value reveals itself slowly, steadily, and magnificently over time. And perhaps that's not just an investment philosophy. Perhaps it's a philosophy for life.